There's a tool in Professional TurboCAD which is called an Organisational chart. It's not a CAD tool, it's just a flow chart, if you like, that might be useful for certain people, but especially if people may be cooperating with a project. And a number of people have different responsibilities for different aspects of that project. So here I'm going to use the vehicle of a Model Engineers Society organising an exhibition of their work. So it's found under this is in 18 again. This is Tools, Wizards, Organisational Chart Wizard, it says. Create a new chart or open a chart. Well, I'm going to create a new chart, so I'm going to go next. Here's my chart. There's the name of the chart, Organisation chart. I always ignore that. Just like in all my tutorials, there might be people who look at this and say, no, you don't have to do that, you're doing this the long way around. I'm showing you the way I'm going to do it. So under here I'm going to have a new caption. Here's my caption, and I'm going to call it Exhibition. Okay. I'm going to give it a subtitle, text 2 of we say the exhibition's in London, and maybe text 3, perhaps it's in June. June 2012. Text 2, up here we can define sizes of the text. So it says exhibition, it says caption. You see, caption is the exhibition, it's in large text. Text 2, where it says London, I click onto 2, that's where it says London. I can do that a little bit smaller. And text 3, where it says June 2012, I can make that say medium. That's my banner heading. Underneath my banner heading, I've got another caption here, and this I'm going to call Staff. So Staff is the next box underneath, and underneath that I'm going to list my staff. So new category. So we're going to say there's 4 people doing this show. There's going to be Pete. Now this time I don't want something under Pete, I want something along the line, because there's going to be Pete and his mate. So I'm going to use this icon here. Pete, John, Frank, and Steve. Now I can then assign extra boxes to the various people. So under Pete I'm going to put other things under Pete. So there's Pete, new caption. Pete, we're going to say, is in charge of transport. Okay, and we're going to say at this moment in time, we're going to put another thing underneath there, and we'll say maybe transport's being handled by perhaps Avis. Maybe we've got a good deal with Avis. Then we're going to have John. Under John, John's going to be responsible for the food. And that food, perhaps it's coming from 2 different places. Maybe it's coming from a supermarket. And maybe the bread's coming from a baker's, so bakers. Fine. Frank's responsible for the advertising. And there might be 2 different types of advertising, so we might have let's see, a category saying what could we have? We could have a newspaper, and then we use this button here, or maybe online. And last we've got Steve here. Under Steve's going to do finance. And at this moment in time, we are thinking finance is going to be done, say, by HSBC. Now, some of these things may be true, some things we might be up for negotiation. So we might need to edit this at some point. So we've got that far, so let's just go to next. We'll leave all this at this moment in time. That's the way it's going to be laid out. Say next. Save but don't draw. Save and draw, or draw but don't save. If we draw but we don't save, then later on we will not have the option to edit it. So we really need to save and draw. So I'll go to next. Desktop. I'll call this call it exhibition, I suppose. Exhibition. Save. There it is. Now, all these parts are separate. So this organisation part, which I didn't use at the beginning, I can select and simply delete. Now, if we can edit all this. Now we might look at this now and say, actually, you know, we know Pete is definitely going to be doing transport, and definitely we got a good deal from Avis. On the other hand, Frank here might be on holiday at some point, and we might have to, so we don't know whether Frank's going to do the advertising, and maybe when Steve is doing the finance here, maybe the HSBC, you know, maybe we might get a better deal from somewhere else. So we might want to edit this at some point. So we go to Tools, Wizards, Organisational Chart. Now, the first thing I do, if I'm going to edit this actually, is I will delete this one. Because what I find is, and I'm sure I'm doing something wrong here, there's a way around it, but when I edit it, sorry, and bring it back in, it pastes itself over the top of the first one. So I'm going to delete that. I'm going to go to Tool, Wizards, Chart. Create a new note. No, we don't want to do that. We want to open the chart file, browse, there it is, exhibition. Next. Here it is, and there's our thing again, and staff. Now, what we said was that Frank might not be able to do the advertising. So when we've got Frank here, we could highlight that. Maybe we decide to use a different shape. So rather than a rectangle, if we'd said that everything in a rectangle is definite, but everything perhaps in an ellipse is up for negotiation. So where it says Frank here, it says justification, middle, horizontal, center, the caption. We could change something here. Let's see, we could change where it says advertising. No, we don't want to change where it says advertising. We've got here the box. See where it says box? At the moment the box is rectangular. We could make that oval. And also maybe we think Steve, he's doing a finance, he's doing HSBC, but we're not sure of that either. So perhaps we'll change that to an oval. Obviously we can add any of these two. In the same way as we added them in the first place, we can use any of these two buttons to add. Here's the dustbin, so anything we want to delete, we can delete. These buttons either side here mean we can move things around. We move Frank up or down or along or across the chart. But when we're happy with that, we just say next, next, save and draw. Yep. Save, save, save and draw. Come on. Why is that not working? Oh, sorry. Exhibition. Save. I forgot to do that button there. I've got to give it a name, haven't I? Do you want to replace the one that's already there? Yeah, of course I do. And there it is. And as simple as that. And as you can see right at the end there, I just forgot to do one little thing. It's a little bit finicky, you have to go through it a couple of times, but it's not too difficult. And that's it.